Good morning, and this is Sarah, and I have been gone for a few days because we've had a ton of company, but it is now Christmas Eve, and I am making my daughter's favorite Christmas recipe, and this is French silk pie. So this is a homemade French silk pie. This recipe is actually from a pie shop up in way northern Minnesota, very, very popular place, and she actually has a cookbook, so I'm pulling it out of this cookbook, and I will link the cookbook in the description. So this for sure takes a stand mixer. It has a ton of mixing time. I think it actually mixes for almost 30 minutes because you have to mix after every single addition. So I am going to fast forward my video a lot or cut out a lot, but I'll explain what I'm doing. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is have a 9-inch baked pie shell. So mine is unbaked. So I'm going to put mine in the oven right now, about 11 minutes. And I didn't make the pie shell. I just buy those, the rolled ones, and then so I'm going to put that in the oven to get started. Okay, so while that is going, we're going to get your stand mixer out, and you need a half a cup of butter or 2 sticks. I'm going to put that in first. Okay, you need 2 cups of powdered sugar. So I keep mine in a Ziploc because these things are so messy. So I'm just going to measure out 2 cups. Oops. You can hear my dogs are screeching in the garage to get in. Everybody's still sleeping for Christmas Eve. So I have to make this. I have corn casserole, cheesy potatoes, and then we'll do a prime rib, which I'll post, but it'll probably be more of a next year recipe for people. Okay, so 2 cups of powdered sugar and 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. Okay, now this is going to mix 5 minutes. 5 full minutes. So 2 full tablespoons. Yikes. Okay, I'm a little short, so I could open my new one. Just a second. I'm going to rescue my black lab who thinks she's dying because she's in the garage all by herself. Okay, I was just a little bit short of vanilla. Okay, so now mix this for 5 full minutes. Like I said, I'm going to be pausing the video because people don't want to watch this mix for 5 minutes, and then so it's going to have a lot of cuts in my video. And so while this is getting ready, we're going to melt 2 squares. I'm using the good chocolate, unsweetened, and we're going to melt 2 squares in the microwave, and then we're going to add that to this, and then we're going to beat for another 5 minutes. So 5 minutes with this mixture. I'm going to melt 2 of these, 5 minutes of that. So we got 10 minutes of mixing before we even get to the eggs. So I will be back. Okay, 5 minutes later, I've got the melted chocolate. So we're going to add that in. Got probably too big of a scooper thing here. Kind of hot. You want to make sure we get every bit of this. All right, so now we're going to mix this for another 5 minutes. Okay, so add the chocolate, 5 more minutes. And then we're going to add the eggs. And after every egg, you have to beat for another 5 minutes. So it's literally 30 minutes of mixing in this thing. But so we're back. Okay, so the mixer's been going for almost 35 minutes. And so it is done. The pie is done. So that's why you have to have a stand mixer for this recipe, but it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so we're going to just lightly shake out the stuff that's attached to the mixer. Take that off. It is nice and fluffy. So what you do with this pie now is you put it in your baked pie shell. I actually have it fold over just a little bit on me because I baked it, but that's okay. And then we'll take this off. So this is how it looks. It is nice and fluffy. All right. So we're just going to spoon that into the pie shell like this. I mean, it is nice and light. Probably perfect for after a huge Christmas meal, for sure. All right, and just like lightly spread that out like that. Okay, now this obviously needs to go in the refrigerator to cool. And then I take the chocolate, the squares, and I will sometimes garnish it with that, but I'm going to use whipped cream this time. So I'm going to have a little bit of whipped cream to serve with it, and that is your, but I'm not going to do that until after I have refrigerated it for a while. So this is going in the fridge for Christmas dinner. So this is my French silk pie. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I know this one's very mixer intensive. Like it literally takes a half an hour of mixing time with your stand mixer, but it is so nice and light and fluffy. It's just amazing. I can't explain it. So when we cut into it, I will film it so you can see what the inside looks like. But now it's going in the fridge until supper.